How's it going, guys? My name is Jogo Torella, back for the episode 2. This time we're talking about COVID-19. Jimmy?
Hey there, all you cool cat and kittens. It's Alessandro fucking Torella here.
My name's Kyle Cabanas.
Alright. And this is the Friday follow-up, and basically we're just going to be talking about the COVID-19. We're all each going to talk about different topics involving the coronavirus. So I'm actually going to have Kyle start today. He wanted to talk about
Quarantine. Yeah, so like how are you guys dealing with quarantine nowadays?
Do you want to start or me?
You could go.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing. I mean, it's...
Like, what's your routine behind everything? Like, just to keep yourself busy?
I mean, like... As far as, like, keeping busy, I guess... I mostly stay in my room now and just work on, like, editing videos and everything like that. I don't know. I'm new to editing videos, so... I don't know, like, I wake up around 9 or 10, sometimes 11, and I just get ready for another day, I guess, but it's, if I have to go to work sometimes for, like, construction, I will, just to make some money and put to the side, but on the days that I'm available, I try to keep myself busy in my room to organize everything online.
Yeah, so, for sure. What about you, Ale?
Just been catching up on homework, really, because we still get that.
And I know you still like follow up with the construction, right? With your dad.
No, not really. Homework's like stopped me from going places.
Really?
Well, like going to work at least, but yeah.
Do you want to give the name of the
yeah.
company you guys
Shout
work
out
for?
to Custom Stoneworks and Renovations.
Nice plug-in.
But yeah, no, I mean it's just homework. Watching YouTube, all that type of stuff. I actually went fishing. I drew a peacock the other day. It was beautiful.
You gotta show me that next time.
Will do.
Anyway, like I know a lot of people around, especially now that like they're stuck in their room. I would like talk to many people, and I want to know like what's your guys' take on like mental health. On like, have you guys like ever gone through like a phase where it's just like, it does get kind of lonely. It really does.
Yeah, it does.
And all you have sometimes is just your thoughts, especially you have like no one like in the household if you're like living by yourself. I know I do, but like, what's your take like on mental health as far as like being in quarantine?
I don't know, for me it's like, sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit lazy and like I'm not as...
Motivated.
I'm not as motivated as I used to be back then, even before. You know, me and you, like, we used to, every morning before, you know, like 9 or whatever, we go work out, we get ready, and then later on we go and do our homework. Like, it was just a routine that we had every day, and we enjoyed it. Now it's like, I'm starting to get used to it a little bit, but I just don't feel myself as much. You know what I mean? I'm usually the type of guy to go out and everything and party and, you know, but...
You know what's crazy, too, is that, like, that was, like, the type of stuff that, like, we had to, like, adjust to in some type of way. Like, I know that, like, every morning, right, we would run it sometimes, too. Like, sometimes the same schedule and sometimes not, but, like, every, like, 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., like, go to the gym, then, like, come back home, shower, get work done, especially, like, if you were, like, going through school like you do now, and then nowadays it's just kind of different. It took me a lot of getting like used to at one point. Like I was just like, shoot, now that like, all these places are closed, like where I usually go to a coffee shop, you and I both know this, we go to like Starbucks and just like get work done, just because we can't like be at home.
Stay in there, yeah. Like,
we can't be at home.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm more productive when I'm in a different place. That way, it's just like, I know when I have to come back home, I don't have to do anything else.
Right.
It's just like sit down, relax, and then wake up, do the same routine. And that was like the best routine that I actually really liked.
Oh, same, yeah. I totally agree 100% with that. Yeah.
What about you, Ella?
I just miss the gym. That's my, like, I just miss going to the gym with friends, being able to, like, just work out, and, like, it was kind of like a good, like, stress reliever, I guess, and now it's, like, the stress is, like, built up, and it's, like, can't do anything. I don't know.
Yeah, so for people who are like struggling as far as like, I don't want to say like depression, but like they're going through like a hard curve right now.
Sense of like loneliness.
Yeah, sense of like loneliness, especially since we're like meant to be like communicating with different people, hugging, handshaking. Now that time is different.
Right.
So like, what tips or like anything that you could give anybody, just to like who's struggling with it right now, that like you've also done too.
Right. Well, I mean, I would say like take everything one step at a time.
Okay.
Don't do everything at once because like I know it's like
because your mind just gets overloaded.
Yeah. For the people like out there and like, you know, and we've been through that situation, I guess. Like even in the beginning, where like we thought, oh my god, like
still going through it too.
We are still going through it, yeah. But to me, like I found a way to like be productive, meaning that like I take one step at a time with everything. Whether it's like if I got to worry about school, that's the number one thing I worry about first, and then the rest of it comes after. So like if I first have homework, then I do it, and then from there on, you know, I mean that's basically it. Another tip is just to like be productive and be creative too.
Yeah, do something to like get something off your mind. Just like do something just to like stray away from like a bunch of the stuff that's
like if you haven't done something in your house, or if it's something you wanted to do for a while but you couldn't do it, try and do something out. Like, you know, even if you can't go outside but you want to do that something in your house or anything like that, just do it. What
I've been doing is just straying a lot from the news, because I noticed ever since this started, like I've been like checking numbers and I realized how unhealthy that was.
That's how I started off.
And it just like fucked with my head. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I was just like, shoot, man, this is getting worse.
Right.
But like numbers are subjected to change, so nothing is ever permanent.
For sure.
So yeah, what about you?
I mean, to someone who's struggling, I guess I'd just say you're still allowed to go outside unless, you know, you're restricted by family, I guess. But you just go outside. I guess like you can meet up with friends, but make sure you're 6 feet apart is the rule, of course. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you're not really like alone, I guess, is what I'm trying to get off.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you might think that, but then at the same time,
everybody's going through it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, I don't know. You still have a sense of communication with people. You have a phone. You have any type of technology. You have communicate. I guess just don't be alone during, especially now when we're quarantined and there's a global pandemic. You should have like people with you, I guess.
Dude, thank God for technology.
For sure.
Imagine just like people not having FaceTime, Zooms, or anything. Mm-hmm. Just like us.
Yeah. But think about
something
that was
just
like 20 years ago.
Just something to give like people like knowing that a person's there.
Yeah. 20 years ago there was no like FaceTime. How did they get through that? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Like even back then, like there was like, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was probably like there wasn't really a huge pandemic from like what we were going through. So a lot of people like just went outside and played ball, or hanged out with like their family members, close friends, or went through parties.
Yeah. That's a weird thing though. Every year, like every like generation, I guess, like 1620, 1720, 1820, 1920, 2020, there's always been a pandemic, which is odd in my eyes, but we'll save that for another podcast.
Yeah, which is ironic.
It's very odd, you know.
Anyway, but like, what topic do you want to start off to?
Yeah, so I'm just going to talk about like the COVID timeline, basically like how long and if it's seasonal and what phase. Basically, it all started in March. It all started in December 31st. Very strange that it was starting New Year's Eve, but started from December 31st, and it didn't really come to the United States, I think, until, what was it, like February, I do believe?
Around like the 3rd
January. I want to say
was it not late January?
Say like mid to late January.
No. I don't think so, because I know when you and I came back from the Philippines, that's when like then the first cases like a week after started coming in. We came back like the second week of February. Yeah. And as soon as we arrived, then like 2 or 3 days later, which was like the second or third week, that's when the first case came to the U.S. I think.
Really?
Yeah, because on December it all started in China, and then later on travel into. It went to Italy first too, and then it.
There was one confirmed case, I believe, in the Philippines while we were there.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
But we weren't in that region. Needless to say. Sorry, this coffee is giving me energy right now.
Second thing I'm going to talk about is like seasonal. I want to know what you guys think, but what I think, like as far as seasonal goes, I think it's going to happen like every every like fall and winter for about, I would say 2 years max. I'm not gonna say like
Specifics.
yeah, because I'm not. Then again, it's like what I believe is it'll happen in those. There are like a lot of scientists. I think I don't know, like you know more about Dr. Fauci too and what he's stated about it too.
Dr. Fauci and one of the lead directors at the CDC, they like both believe there would be a rebound sometime between fall or winter, and that like the only reason why that like from what I've heard from them is that like it's gonna be mixed in with like the flu together with the virus, so that's why it's gonna be a little bit more tougher than like what we're going through right now. So, I mean, yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Michael Osterholm also said he doesn't see the pandemic slowing down anytime soon. He said it's gonna be around for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
getting around that, I believe that as soon as like a vaccine, I feel like that's really hard to determine because there's people out there who do. Oh, shoot. Sorry.
You're good.
We're gonna have to cut that out. But yeah, like as soon as like people know that like coming for full circle around, there's anti-vaxxers and there's pro-vaccine people. So I don't know how that's gonna work as far as just like everything going on with like COVID. Maybe some of them like they changed their mind. But yeah,
they want us to like stay inside and like extend that like little, the stay at home order thing, which I mean is fine and all, but like some like people do still have to get out there, I guess. But I don't know. I don't see it like slowing down anytime soon. Which I'll get into that when I speak, which is it's a big thing from someone who knows what he's talking about. So yeah.
By the way, let's just preface by saying this: we are not experts.
No.
By the way,
not whatsoever.
And whatever, we will not like try giving our opinions on something that we're just like not like very well knowledge in, or like not even in that profession.
This is just based on what we've heard from. I would guess like the government and everything as far as we know now.
Yeah.
And Dr. Fauci, of course. So then the last thing I'm going to talk about is just the phase. So we're in phase 3 of 6 right now. I do believe the next phase is going to start on the 28th of May. Of course, I do believe they might extend the stay-at-home order again, just because they've been doing that every time. I think like the first one when they announced it was when it was in February, and they announced that it would be April 15th. And then that was like 2 years. It felt like 2 years. Right. But like, and then once it hit, I think it hit like on April 10th, whatever. Yeah. I think it was. That's when they announced that it would be till May 15th. So it was another 30 days. And then, just for all you people who want to know when the Canadian border will be back open too, they said it'll be open on the 28th of May. I'm not sure about it. But that's at the same time that on May 28th is when the stay-at-home order has been announced again. So it's been 3 times that stay-at-home order, but each was a phase. So that phase 1 was on April 15th, which was everybody has to stay at home. You cannot go outside. And then phase 2 came to the point where it was like, okay, people can go outside, but only for groceries and fast food or anything like that. Phase 3 now, people can start going outside to like jogging, everything, but they still can't get into that large gathering. So we don't know what phase 4 is going to be like as far as now, but yeah.
I'm gonna be done honestly. I like lost like I didn't even keep track of the days anymore, to be honest. I don't even know what day it is today, which is kind of sad. All I know is that I don't even know what day it is today.
The 14th.
Oh, it is?
Thursday
Okay.
The 14th.
Well, also, we're shooting this on May 14th, so I just want to say happy birthday, Julia.
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. So I'm done with my topic, so if you want to talk about
so I wanted to discuss on like celebrity, I guess, like celebrity views on it.
Who are those celebrities, by the way?
So I'll be going over Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, and then Michael Osterholm. But yeah, I'll start off with Elon, I guess. So he believes that the mortality rate is much less than what the WHO or World Health Organization says it is. He says that the hospitals in the USA as of right now are currently half empty, and then in some cases they're only at a 30% capacity. He believes that we're stuck in a loop for not knowing the truth, and says the only way to break out is to have clarity of information, which
It's true.
is of course very true.
Yeah.
If we don't we need that clarity of what's going on logistically. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we kind of need those numbers to see where we're at.
Oh yeah.
So we can open up in different phases.
I mean,
I know some countries like New York isn't gonna be like
No, they're not going to be open for a while. Like I think California and New York, and then
California
the biggest hit.
extended for another 3 months apparently.
it's basically where the biggest cities ever are the most impacted one, just because the amount of people that go out every day.
And then
population too.
He
New York and Cali.
he opened up his Tesla factory
Recently?
Yeah, he
like
did
yesterday.
2-3 days. Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. And then he tweeted out. He said, "I'm opening it back up. If you're gonna arrest anyone, arrest me." Because I mean,
Since numbers,
he's not allowed. He wasn't allowed to, but he did it.
so about that statement,
Yeah.
I can. The 30%
Yeah.
numbers are subjected to change.
Yeah.
Which I'm a little bit misty on, but when he said clarity of information, or more true, clear understanding of numbers that we need to see, yeah, I get that 100% because we need that. Like I said, just coming back full circle again, we need those numbers to know where we're at.
Right.
So when we reopen, we won't have big enough rebound hit.
For sure. But yeah, and then next I'll talk about the Joe Rogan, what he stated. So what he stated was actually about what happened in the Wuhan area of China and how all the wet market stuff and all that. So he basically talked about there's chickens in one cage. I'm quoting him. There's chickens in one cage. Then right above the chickens are the civets. And the civets shit on the chickens. Then the chickens eat the civet shit and get covered with it. And he says it's a perfect place for creation of a disease that's going to jump species to species. But I mean, that's not the only animals. That's just an example of what could be way more shitty, I guess.
I'm a little bit disgusted from that.
It's terrible. Because people just, see buy it and then they'll fucking eat it. That's how it all kind of just spreads, I guess. And he said it's a creation of a disease that's gonna jump species to species.
It's not even sanitary.
No shit.
From literal shit. From the documentaries that I've been seeing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it is just
oh, it's terrible. And they don't even they'll eat the live squids, all this alive shit, rats and all that type of shit. And they're smiling. they're fucking eating this.
It's not wrong though.
Yeah.
They do that.
It's
they don't even
terrible,
care.
man.
They just
it's a terrible
thing. What's weird when I saw what's that? I think it was a small documentary that Vox posted on YouTube. Is that one Chinese scientist said that those snakes, rats, or other exotic animals, they're mainly for people who are upperclassmen.
Yeah.
Which kind of blows my mind. You'd expect it to be from a less a
lower class of
people, but no, it's mostly people who see. And I know some Chinese believes that if they believe they consume this certain food, that
they'll gain a certain something from it, I guess.
It's basic Chinese beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do not do it, but who believe in certain Chinese things.
I mean, just to process that in my head, just they're shitting. There's one here, shit. You buy it, and then it's in you, and then it spreads to other people.
You're cutting up different animals, and the blood is also mixing up.
Yeah, it's nuts.
And then the whole process starts with them just handing out food. Guess what? Yeah. Probably his hands weren't even washed. You just touched that,
and it's not dead. It's a live thing, and you're just oh, I'll take this one, and then you just take it.
Through cages? Yeah, through cages, right?
Yeah, they're just stacked one on top of the other, and it doesn't stop after two. It's like just multiple.
When
like,
you're
stages
when you're
of it.
slaughtering animals and then also just like selling them
Yeah.
live, I can see where that kind of went wrong.
Yeah, he said it. It's a perfect disease to be created there. But yeah, and then lastly, I'm gonna talk about Michael Ostrom. And for those who don't know who he is an infectious disease epidemiologist. Yeah. He's also a Regents professor and director of infectious disease research and policy at the University of Minnesota. He stated that it surely won't slow down until it hits 60 to 70% of the population. He also states we all have to confront the fact that there's not a magic bullet, short of a vaccine that's going to make this all go away. We're going to be living with it. And that's all on USA Today. And what are your guys' thoughts on the fact that we
let that sink into me
until
for
it
a
hits
little bit.
60 to 70% of our population?
Who said that?
Michael Osterholm, the infectious disease expert.
I have to let that sink into me.
Yeah.
Cause like,
we're gonna be living with it.
What's the stats behind it? 60 to 70?
Yeah. It surely won't slow down until it hits 60 to 70% of the population.
That's a lot of people.
What's your take on that?
I'm just saying that's a lot.
When I read that, I couldn't really like process it. I kind of just like wrote it down. I was like, I feel like this kind of needs to be out there just to see your guys' like
2/3 of the population. Is he talking about like the United States or like around the world?
I mean, from what I gathered, it just says of the population. I can't like
so that's like basically around the world.
I can't specify if it's either USA or whatever.
Ton of people, dude.
But yeah, it was on USA Today, so I mean, fact check it, proof all you want, but yeah.
Herd immunity.
Yeah.
If you guys ever heard the term herd immunity? So like, I don't want to go into too like deep specifics on it because I don't know like the actual like meaning behind it. So like, we'll obviously just skip that part for me because I'm not gonna give the whole spiel to everybody because a lot of people are probably not gonna be interested in what I say. Let's just be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, and was those like the three people that you wanted to get off?
Yeah.
Joe Rogan is a
podcaster, ring announcer for the UFC. I mean, he had the guest Michael Osterholm on his podcast.
Yeah.
And he also had Elon Musk on his podcast.
He's been recently like talking to everybody now on his podcast shows about COVID and the situation going on, different people's perspectives and takes.
I've listened to like Joe Rogan's podcast, but like I never really like delved deep into like what he actually does.
Oh yeah.
Besides being a podcaster.
He's a former Taekwondo champion. He like did all this stuff. But yeah, he had recently actually like the past like a month ago, I believe. He had Michael Osterholm on, and then just a couple days ago he had Elon Musk back on. But yeah, I got the one for Elon Musk. I got off Joe Rogan's podcast.
Huh.
But yeah, so I mean that's quotes too. What Joe Rogan said, I got off of his podcast. Shout out to the Joe Rogan Experience. And then
another good podcaster would be Jocko Willink. So like, I don't know his credentials much, so John Luke is actually looking up right now.
Yeah, so Jocko Willink is an American officer, is an American retired officer in the United States who served in Navy SEAL teams. He is also a podcaster and an author. Let me see what podcast he did too. Podcast.
I don't know if he delved into specifics though of like COVID-19.
The Jocko podcast. That's what it's called.
Yeah. If you guys want to have like well informed stuff too, together with just like real life experiences and stories, I recommend watching some of his podcasts. It's like really entertaining.
Yeah. I've just been diving deep into Joe Rogan. For me, he's probably the best podcaster because he talks about like real shit, and he also has like real like guests on. Like he has like good people on his podcast that actually like speak like the truth and
they're legitimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially this guy. But he has a bunch of experts and all this. But yeah, it's a good podcast to dive into for sure. But yeah.
So I actually got someone to talk to us about like her situation going on, actually in Italy. I know you guys know who CHIARA is.
Yeah.
So let me just pull it up real quick here. How's it going, CHIARA? How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. And you?
I'm good. So basically, I call you on to this because I wanted to speak on like the situation as far as COVID-19 and everything going on over there. First off, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody who's watching?
Wait, what? I didn't understand. What
Alright.
did you say?
We'll restart.
Okay. But you can put it because it's funny.
Alright,
Okay,
ready?
again? Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi everyone. My name is CHIARA LUSCRI. I'm Italian. I live in Rome right now, but like 2 months ago, I came here because I was living in Paris before. I lived there for like 5 months. And yeah, now I'm in Rome. I am 19 years old. And I met this young man, Gianluca, when I was in USA in 2017. And yeah, we became friends as soon as we met, and I miss him.
I miss you too.
That wasn't necessary, but I still wanted to say that.
Right. Miss you too. So just real quick, I just wanted to speak on behalf of like the COVID-19 situation going on, and I wanted to get your take on it as far as Italy goes and how your family's dealing with it, everything. So I don't know where you want to start off with as far as the COVID situation goes.
Yeah, well, the coronavirus situation is getting better right now. Yeah, because there are fewer deaths. I think there are more or less 200 a day, so it's still a lot, but not that that much as it was before. So we are getting better, but still, yeah, we have a lot of things to do in order to like how do you say that? To return back to normal, to normal life. I know that it's gonna take a lot of time because it's not like a everyday situation, the one that we are living right now.
Right.
It's gonna take years probably for the vaccine situation. It's a mess. But there are a lot of safety rules that we have to follow that the government gave us, like use the mask to cover our face, use the distance of 1 meter from one to another, and yeah, but in comparison with before, with the situation that was at the beginning of the spreading of the virus, right now it's getting better also because the government from May 4th decided to give us more freedom, but not freedom, but a little bit of a taste of freedom. That is that we can see the congiunti. Congiunti in English means like the stable person in our lives. So
Right.
it could be like our boyfriend, girlfriend, I don't know, like relatives. Yeah, close relatives. So my grandma or a faraway cousin. No, I don't know if you say a faraway, but still like a cousin that maybe you don't see since a long time and you can
Right.
now see him. But still, we have to keep the auto certification with us everywhere we go. So we can't go out and go to I don't know, to see the Colosseum because we want to, because it's not possible. But we can go out for groceries, for health reasons, and for like congiunti stuff. But also how do you say that? Something new that they just told us is that we can go to the park and do jogging, do physical exercise But yeah, but so like individual sports, we can do it, we can do them, but we can't do like group sports like
you can't
I
do
don't
any
know, like
team
dance.
sports. No team sports, anything like that.
What?
No team sports, so you can't be in groups. You can only do it yourself or anything like that.
Sports.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But I think the situation is gonna change in a little bit. Like the situation is getting a little better, so probably change. But right now, yeah, we just can do these things. And but in 2 days, no, yes, in 2 days, 3 days, in 3 days on Monday, the government is gonna give us more information for the next phase, for the next stage of the lockdown. And so May 18, we're gonna know like a little bit more. Probably there are like voices, rumors. There are rumors that the government will probably togliere.
Get rid of.
Eliminare. Non mi viene.
To get rid of.
Yeah, it will get rid of the auto certification. So I hope it's gonna happen but I'm not sure about that.
Right.
But still, we could probably also go and see our friends, like do like dinner together, gatherings, but not with so many, like a lot of people, obviously, because it's not gonna happen.
Right.
We still have to keep the social distancing, but still we can do more things. So it's better.
Okay. As far as your family goes, how are they?
Yeah, my family is good. Obviously, this affected also like jobs.
Okay.
And my mom is working. She's my dad and my mom and dad, they both work in a film industry. You say that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
In an industry where they make movies and TV series and stuff like that. But yeah, they have different jobs, obviously. My mom works in that industry. My dad is a scenographer, so a set designer. And so my mom is still working because there in the office they put like the security objects, like like for example, when you enter and in the door there is the thermoscanner. The thermoscanner, so they can check out if they have the flu or something, so it's safer. And yeah, they have the screens. The screens in front of her. She has the screens in front of her, so the people that maybe come to her and ask her something, they will not like they are not gonna be like face to face, and yeah, so to not like spread the virus. And my dad, unluckily, is not working, but because his job is different from the one of my mom. So because on the set there are a lot of like I don't know, things that have to be cleaned up. Every time they use them, it's difficult. It's more difficult. So when they make a movie, it's it's like a mess with the virus, because they have like to have a lot of precautions.
Yep.
Precautions. They have a lot of precautions, and right now they're just like mandare in onda in TV, no?
Yeah.
Non so come si dice, vabbè.
They'll know what it means eventually.
Yeah. They're just gonna like put old movies or old TV series that they already like registered a long time ago.
Okay.
So right now they're not making new movies because of that, because it's a really difficult situation. But yeah, like TV programs, yes, because maybe the cameraman has the mask, or yeah, they have like all the security things.
Gotcha.
But he will start again to work in July.
Okay.
It will continue the movie that he is making
Okay.
right now. So.
Gotcha. You want to tell them
Yeah,
what movie he's making, just to give the people a taste?
Wait, I didn't catch.
You can't say.
I didn't catch it.
Oh.
What did you say?
Oh, I said you want to give the people a little taste of what movie your dad is making.
Oh, well,
You know.
no? I don't know because I don't know much about that movie. Honestly.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, we don't talk a lot about that movie because he just started it, and when he started it, there is the pandemic situation.
Okay.
There was this crazy situation, so I didn't even know what he was making.
Right.
But I just know that he's going to Bolzano, so in the north of Italy, for the scenes, and I probably go visit him one day for a weekend. I don't know.
I think, well, you basically covered everything. I didn't need to ask any questions, so I mean.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe I can talk about the coronavirus situation in France. I don't know.
Right.
I'm kidding, but I just know that right now in France the situation is getting better, way better, and I think that already in Monday the lockdown, the complete lockdown is gonna end.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my friends that are there, they told me like that they will be able to go out again, see other people. I don't know, do gatherings. I don't know about that, but probably yes. And they will be able also, I think, to go to school.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy because here in Italy we're not.
Right.
We're not. So this is. So I can talk about the coronavirus situation in France, maybe because I was living there. So I know a little bit, but not that much. I just know what my friends told me, and my friends that live there, they told me that from Monday they can already like go out and I don't know. They told me that they can also like do gatherings together.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that because it's still like a lot of people, you know.
Right.
I'm not sure about that, but they already told me that they're gonna make a dinner all together to celebrate the end of lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm happy for them, but still, like it's kinda, I don't know, dangerous still.
Right.
But premature, yeah, prematuro. And yeah, they told me also that probably the school are gonna open from May 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And this is also kind of crazy because if you think about it, like a lot of people in the same room. I don't know. Here in Italy, they're not gonna open. Yeah. I don't know. For example, for the students who go to the university, yeah, it's different because they do exams online. So that's it. And yeah, for the students that go to high school, they just do like they just listen to lessons online too. So I don't know. This is how it works right now, and have to take 2 exams in 2 weeks. One of French and one of English language, and I don't know how I'm gonna take them because I paid for the exams in the class, like the normal exam, like it was before this situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure that this is gonna happen like that. Probably they're gonna ask me like to do a online exam.
Right.
Probably.
Right.
So I don't know. It's just a very messed up situation, the one that we are living right now.
Yeah, of course.
We just have to
just be patient and wait out. Be happy every day. Just be happy you have a roof over your head, you have family to take care of. That's all you know.
We are healthy.
Yeah. As long
that's all that matters.
Right.
That's all that matters. Yeah.
Right. So before we end the video, is there something you want to say to everybody? Just like tips or anything? Or you know, just anything to the people that you want to say as far as COVID-19. If you want to shout out to your family, anything like that, da Italia or whatever.
What?
If you want to shout out your family from Italy and, you know, or friends from Italy and even over here too.
I don't know. I just want to tell everyone that if everyone follows the rules and the safety rules that the government is telling us right now, we'll probably, I hope so, I don't know, we'll probably get out of this situation sooner. So just be patient and do whatever the government is telling you to do, because this is the only way to get out of this catastrophic situation we're living right now.
Right.
That is. So just I don't know, just
be careful, be safe.
Yeah.
That's
That's my tip of the day. Yeah.
All
It was
right.
very nice to talk with you, Gianluca.
You too.
And
Grazie per essere qui nel podcast e ci vediamo il prossimo episode, I guess. Right?
va bene.
All right.
Ok.
All right. See you later.
Ciao.
So, what'd you guys think of her video as far as it goes? Just like give you guys a reaction to what you think, or if you have any like questions about it.
Yeah. She said in 3 days they're gonna give out like more information in Italy. Like the Italian government's gonna give out more information.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I feel about that, because I feel like the government may just kind of like release the same information, like kind of what we'd want to hear, because that's what they've been doing the whole time. Is like, you'll be out in, you know, by April 15th, but now we're in May. We're like almost in May 15th, which is like, you know, it's kind of like what they want to hear, I think. But then in secret, they're gonna keep what the truth actually is.
Yeah, but this is like basically what like she knows as far.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what she's been told. Of course, like
Yeah.
the government's gonna be like,
Yeah, which
I told you, but like,
I personally
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
they're just gonna hide. They're gonna keep like trying to like, you know, be like, this is what you want to hear, but it's like not what's fully. It's just not the information that we'd want.
yeah.
I can
It's
see
what
where
they
you're
want
coming
released.
from, just to
Yeah.
reduce panic, right?
For sure.
That's
Which, I mean, it makes sense. In my eyes, it'll make sense. In your eyes, it'll make sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of what needs to be done, I guess.
I guess it just like depends on different countries and how they see it going through. Obviously, like Italy, like it is like everywhere around. I guess it's dying down, but like I don't know, because like over there, it's like it's a small country with a lot of people.
Mhm.
So they say like you can go out this day, back out, but like, what if it happens again? Then that's that second wave.
yeah, that's that rebound
That-
over there.
That's that rebound.
She
But the
also
rebound
mentioned
over there, I feel like the rebound over there will be way worse than it'll be here.
Yeah,
Because of that
it's a tourist. It's a tourist destination.
Yeah,
There's
it's just
people
that
always
small
walking.
country with.
And we know Italy. People are walking every
Yeah.
day. You know, so it's like
But-
it's a
You
risk.
talked about vehicle transportation, how like not a lot of people utilize it. Right.
It's a risk.
It's
a big
more
risk.
of like a community over there too.
Yeah.
It's like a small community where like everybody knows each other.
Yeah. And especially
That's like
in,
unlike
certain
here
areas.
though. So what I found that was really interesting from like CHIARA's standpoint is just like how different it is over there than it is over here.
Mm.
Obviously over here like the restrictions aren't very much like strict as much as it was in Italy, because
Right.
like there was literally not even a single soul, or maybe just one, walking the streets from what I saw from like the news.
Right.
Which is kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
And she talked about school too and how like
Yeah.
different it would be like over there.
Now she's saying what, that they're gonna like reopen soon?
They
or-
said they're gonna reopen it. And they want to try and reopen it in fall, but like
no.
that's what she was saying. She was like, it won't
Yeah,
make any sense
it
as to
won't.
why.
I feel like there should be a worldwide thing though.
And Dr. Fauci, I saw it today too. Actually, Dr. Fauci. By the way, we were shooting it on Thursday. I think we already said that too. But like today, I was searching, and I saw that Dr. Fauci said like schools are going to be unlikely to open up on fall, but Donald Trump wants schools to be open during the fall. Now, I'm not going all political and everything, but it's like what he stated. So I want to get your guys' reaction to what Donald Trump's point of view in opening school means compared to what Dr. Fauci.
Well, Dr. Fauci's a more credible person to get information from compared to a president who's not an expert.
He has doctor in front of his name.
Yeah, like
so
not an expert. Like
Right.
I'm not saying Donald Trump. He just relays the information that was given to him. But like I feel like we should just leave it more to the professionals.
Right. Yeah. But it's the thing like between because Donald Trump is more of a businessman.
Yeah.
He's an economy type guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's an entrepreneur, everything. But at the same time, you have doctors who are saying you got to slow down everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like, do you think it's a good idea to reopen schools or no?
Schools, no.
Being dead honest, I already thought they like canceled the school year.
That's what I thought too. But apparently, like they are saying
when they reassured that, like when the topic came back up on the news, like we'll have to see how numbers are gonna be.
Yeah.
Like in order for like them to reopen schools.
It was like kind of like last week's episode when we said we can't tell the future. You know what I mean?
There's not enough rooms.
We don't fucking know what's gonna happen.
There's not enough space in between classrooms for like how many did we have in our last class? Like around like more than 10 people.
Yeah.
How are you gonna space that out within like 6 feet?
Right.
I
feel like
them outside.
Yeah,
One person.
I feel like
corners,
it's just gonna be like
fuck?
10 people limited for each.
Because we're still gonna have those like what's that, 6 feet distance.
Yeah.
And then
I think
like
it's
wearing
gonna happen
masks.
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
That'll be just too much of a hassle.
Online school for people with like online school it's a smart move, of course, especially now. But the main problem with that would be like I get that, you know, parents are home and all that, like with their younger kids, like elementary like students and all that. Parents are home with them, but what's gonna happen if the parents have to go to work and those like younger children have to jump online to do their school? Like, are they going to? Are they gonna know how to do it? That's what like where it's like it's a meh when it comes to the younger like generation. But for like middle schoolers and like high schoolers, we know how to use like we know how to get onto like, you know, Google Classroom and all this type of stuff.
The only downside to just online schooling is that you don't know what to learn specifically. When you're in school, in class, the teacher helps you out in learning what to do and how to do it and be prepared for that certain test.
It's different for everybody, needless to say.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Because like some people they learn better hands-on.
Yeah.
Verbally and like through like an actual person there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's others that probably do excel on online school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I pay attention more when I'm actually there, of course, because you're there, and you kind of have to.
They call you out.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like it doesn't really like matter.
So right now,
but yeah,
people on TikTok just like screenshot their stuff, and then they actually leave the Zoom class.
Yeah. Right.
I've seen way too many of those videos.
Right.
But yeah.
So, we basically covered everything about the COVID. Kyle, do you actually want to give off like tips again to like the people, as far as quarantine, like what they should do? Or anything?
People who because we never got to review what are your tips on people that are struggling? I guess
as far as you,
as far as like mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just end it like with your.
Oh, with mine? Yeah, sure. Best thing you can do is actually don't always push off the feelings that you like that you're having at the moment too.
Mm-hmm.
It's always good to talk to someone, whether that's like a close friend, something like that, because you have to tackle those feelings because they're just gonna come back eventually. And second, I feel like at most you can keep yourself occupied too, so learn something new every day. Like what I started doing, it's just like I try to relearn the piano, started reading more books, played games, and then at most I try to keep in contact with my parents because obviously I live by myself now. So and then lastly, the best you can do is just like for people with like mental health, I'd say you can do cognitive behavioral therapy, which works really well. There's a good book on it called what's that, Feeling Good? Don't know who the author is, but I believe it's a really good book on like CBT. So go check that out. And yeah, so those are like the main things that I would like suggest to a person.
I've been meditating.
Meditation helps, but it doesn't work for everyone. But
Yeah.
like if it works for you, that's actually really good.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Yeah.
like it's kind of like that third eye.
Mhm.
Weird. It like opens up a different part of your mind where it's like you.
Is it this book?
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
It's
like
by David D. Burns.
really
So-
good book. But then again, everybody's different. So
Yeah,
don't
for
take my
sure.
word for it.
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what just helped me when I was like reading CBT, like the benefits from it.
Yeah.
Cause like not all the time you're gonna have like with everything going on too. Like you
Right.
can't see your therapist.
For sure.
Mhm.
So like sometimes you need a self-help book.
Mhm.
And reading really does like really passes time.
It does, yeah.
You'd be surprised. I didn't want to believe it at first. I was just like, especially like last year, it just happened like recently. I was just like, nah, people don't really read books.
Right.
I like push it off to the side. Just like nah, like people who have like books, like especially people who are our age who have books up on their shelves. They're just like, you didn't really read that.
Yeah, like you just have those. to
Yeah,
have,
you just
bro.
have it just for design, but like
Yeah.
now that like quarantine actually happened, I'm actually just like picking up on reading, and I actually got the benefits from it.
Yeah, I
Right.
can't relate.
I'm actually a weenie now.
I can't
needless to
relate
say.
whatsoever. Now.
I do the same thing. I read a book too.
Yeah.
Now due to like being stuck at home or whatever.
Imagine before we weren't even reading.
Oh no
shit.
no.
We
But
weren't
but we were being active. We were being more active, and even now we're still being active.
I haven't fucking read in forever, so I can't relate. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna invest in a book,
Yeah.
a coloring book. 'Cause
No,
that shit was fun.
baby steps. That's what you gotta take. Baby steps.
No, I'm just gonna stick with the coloring book, brother.
You sure?
Positive.
Anyway, we're gonna wrap things up right now. Gianluca, you can close it out.
This has been.
Thanks for
Carol.
watching. No, thanks for watching. I don't know. This is Gianluca Torella.
Alessandro fucking Torella.
Kyle Cabanas.
All right, thanks for watching the Friday follow-up episode 2 of COVID-19. I know it was a little, I don't know, I want to say controversial in a way, but like not really.
Not
It was just
necessarily.
basically in our own opinion. But if you guys do have any questions,
It was nice.
you can like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also follow us on Instagram, the Friday follow-up. And then we'll see you guys next week.
Also,
yeah.
don't forget our guest
Oh yeah, shout out to CHIARA LUSCRI from Italy.
and our guest next week.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that too. So next week we have Rare Hearted coming in to talk with us in the podcast, and the topic for next week is music and
Expressing creativity.
Expressing creativity. Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it, and we'll see you next Friday.
Signing off, baby.
See ya.
Bye.